Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2, and I'm up to no good at my blood altar. As you can see, I couldn't resist the urge to get my diamond suit. I do actually need to do something today. Let's pack this in for a bit. This is what I've been doing for a little while. Let's put all of that away. In fact, I can put all of my Bloodmagic stuff away for now. I've been making these inscription tools, as you can see. To make rituals happen, I need to inscribe stones. Right? I'm not 100% sure on this, so I'm sure I'll figure it out by the end of the episode. By the end of the episode, I should have a ritual of binding working. I know enough to know that I need a ritual of binding, and then I can progress to the tier 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, tier 4, because I need the bloodstones there. And to get the bloodstones, I need to have a tier 4 altar. And I need this ability to get this dusk through a tier 4 in order to make a Well of Suffering ritual. And a ritual of the Shepherd, which are two rituals that I know about that I want to use very soon to get this all processing faster. So, as you can see, I killed it. I knocked it all down and killed it, and I've also done a bit over here. But let's just go on with this, right? So I need these colours. I need a blue, which was a block of lapis in a tier 3 for 1,000, made blue. I need red, which was magma cream, which basically the slime balls and blaze powder that I've already got. A tier 3 with 1,000 as well. I did this, which is obsidian, tier 3, 1,000, made earth inscription green. That's a tier 6, I can't do that yet. That's a tier 4, can't do that yet. And this one is the first thing I've got to work on because I think I need an air. I think it's water, fire, air, and earth are the ones that I need to start off with at tier 3 to do the first rituals, the ritual of binding at least. Then I go on to Dusk, which is a tier 4. Then I go on to Dawn, which is a tier 6. I don't know where tier 5 is. Don't ask me that one. I think tier 5 was the final one before, when so tier 6 has now come in. A bit of glowstone makes it tier 6, but 20,000 blood. And I don't even entertain the idea of knowing what rituals tier 6 rituals are just yet. But the first thing I want to do is get myself some gas tiers. Now, I've got two methods of getting gas tiers. Actually, let's have a look at this while we've got it open. Let's do all the NEI stuff now and then go on and have some action. To get gas tiers, I can Ex Nihilo Sieve, Crushed Netherrack, and there's a 5% drop chance. There's 10% and 17% of getting the ores as well, which is cool. Getting the broken ores from, Nether. There's Cobalt, and there's Ardite, and that's it, really. Cobalt and Ardite are the two that I can't get elsewhere, and it's a sieving process. I can also sieve Soul Sand, and there's a 2% chance. But I do get these catalysts. And there's a chance for a weak blood shard. So I could potentially skip ahead by getting one of these. So Soul Sand into gas tiers could be a good idea, right? The other method is in a chemistry set. I can double it as long as I've got a weak blood shard. And that's not going to work just yet. I can't do that just yet. So they're the methods for the sieving anyway. And I think the Soul Sand sieve could actually be quite easy to do. Potentially even automate. But first up, the best place to get gas tiers, and possibly the easiest way to get gas tiers, and I will show you what I've done over there. It's only fancying it up from last episode. But the best way to get the gas tiers is to go and kill Ghast in the Nether. So I'm hoping that I can get a good spot in the Nether to kill some Ghast. Now, obviously, this has been reset. So previously, I tapped one of those out and it blew up all these ores. And because I had to go back to a backup, which was just before I came into the Nether, nothing in the Nether got touched. So we still got Sorin in here. He's just a slightly different route to get to him, but he's still in there. He's still doing the chest for emeralds and all that kind of stuff. He's still there. He's still doing his thing. But I had to carve my way around this stuff carefully because it explodes, obviously. And I read in the forums that somebody managed to kill him by exploding him. And I haven't been to explore around and about over here. Now, there's two methods to my madness here. While I'm searching for ghast, I could potentially hack down a load of netherrack and just go and make that into crushed netherrack later and come back. But I thought, well, why not try and get some gas spawns up here while I'm at it? Because this is quite a big cave area, isn't it? Well, basically been digging since my pick, till my pick broke. And nothing. Not a single ghast anywhere. Didn't hear a single ghast anywhere. Did get quite a bit of netherrack though. Didn't take long for my pick to run out either though. But I did manage to get a load. Where did those saplings come from? Saplings and apples. There was a map starting thing that when you came into the map for the first time, there was some things that arrived in your inventory for the first time, and I think coming into the dimension has just reset them into my inventory for the first time. Like I've just arrived in the dimension for the first time. Give me the goods. Right. Well, let's start this off anyway. Okay. So to make crushed netherrack, we pulverize it. Pulverizing also gives a chance of getting sulfur, which is another thing I'm going to need. This crushed netherrack from Ex Nihilio is what we're going to work on. So I'm going to put a couple of stacks of that in there while I show you what I did over at the farm. Not that much, but a little bit of prettying up. I did get a grass seed and tried to, I don't know, figure out some kind of pathway thing, some sort of like make it a bit more rural looking. I don't think it's going to work though, to be honest. I don't think grass and the clay work perfectly well together in harmony. Might have to try spruce as paths instead and have oak areas. But one of the reasons I've put all this on here, right? So it was all working fine, but it was open to the air. One thing I've done is I've put it so that this section here can have at some point mobs travelling into the grinder area. The grinder is keeping up with the energy. Essence is pretty slow coming in because the cows take 20 minutes to grow old. We've got a little progressive automation wheat farm here, which looks like it's run out right now. Run out of flint probably for its pickaxe, for its mattock, yeah. And I put a little water thing up here, the water tank, but it hasn't rained for a little while, so it's not topped up enough to be able to maintain it. But that's okay because the crops keep the crops. The crop sticks keep the crops in situ for a little while, and that doesn't really need water or irrigation. It just helps grow faster. And we've got quite a supply, 13 stacks of wheat from it so far, not bad. It needs fuel. Okay, well I don't have any fuel on me unless I put some in here. I doubt I've put any in there for any reason. Oh, I can put this away though. Yeah, so we haven't had a lot from the cow farm as of yet. Not as of yet. I've used a bit of leather to make some books, to make an enchanting table, which didn't give me a lot either. Still haven't figured out how I want to take the mob essence out yet. I might have to do something like a retrieval node and pull it out that way. Or go in from underneath and pull it out, or maybe from the top and pull it out. I can do liquids and items through the same transfer pipes, so it doesn't really matter. As long as I put a liquid transfer node on there, I think I can just connect up a barrel to it. And like I was saying, this section is roofed off because when I send mobs into here, I don't want them to be burning up in the daylight, so I want mobs to come through that gap there, drop into here, not be able to get back out. My issue really then is skeletons shooting me through this gap, but I might do some more things with these and make some bars or something just to make sure they stay in. But that's what I was messing around with after last episode, just to finish that section off the way I thought it should be. Let's see how this netherrack has crushed down. and see if we get lucky on the first try. Here we got a few more sulphur there, that's good. The sulphur will come in handy fairly soon, I am sure. But I've just got to do that a couple more times now. And we can go and sieve this crushed netherrack in the sieve over here. I can do it manually, or I could go down and get the auto one sorted out. But let's do a little manual sieving just to see how much good stuff we get, see what the sort of chances are of getting the things that we actually need, the things that we want. Not getting a lot of good stuff at the minute, am I? What's this? Iron ore, yeah, the most general chance of all, getting iron ore. Okay, that was something different. That was some copper ore. Okay, this could take a lot of time. This could take quite a bit this way. If I... sieving this soul sand wasn't any quicker, was it? There's some nickel as well. So we're doing okay for ores, but that's going to take me a while. Let's go down to the spare sieves and see if we can do anything with these. So, spare sieves. By spare sieves, I mean the ones that come off the output of this pulverizer. When this is all backlogged, it doesn't pulverize anymore, and the sand doesn't get produced. So it just kind of sits there with nothing to do for a while. So we give it some crushed netherrack to do, and hopefully that would be fasty enough. Fasty enough. There we go. I've actually got the whole reactor shut down at the minute because I feel like I've got enough stuff. So I'm just letting it shut off because it was actually overflowing. These hammerers, as opposed to pulverizers, the hammerers, when they've got a full inventory, just spit stuff out all over the floor. They just spit the blocks out, man. They just spit it out. So yeah, these were not fast enough to process 3 hammerers. And so when the hammerers got filled up, they would spit them out. Whereas the pulverizer just shuts down when it's full. When it can't put the item somewhere, it shuts down. So the pulverizers are better than hammerers in that respect. But I need speed upgrades. And those speed upgrades, we could potentially make a couple of speed upgrades now, actually. We've got upgrades. I don't really want to get distracted with upgrades. Give me that. Give me upgrade. Yeah, the speed upgrade was one of these, right? Invar we can do. Electrum we can do. Pyrotheum dust is something that we were going to struggle with. But pyrotheum dust is just blaze powder and redstone, which we're getting plenty of, and pulverized coal and sulfur, which you may have noticed in the pulverizer I've got a lot of because I've been pulverizing a few stacks of coal up there. So I could make some of these and make some of these and do a little speed upgrade on these guys to make it a little bit more streamlined. So these can barely keep up with those. And then that can... this one can barely keep up with those, and so on and so on and so on. And just to keep increasing the speeds of them all bit by bit. It's a very expensive little thing though, because it's Electrum and Invar. But I got a bit of Invar left, and I think I made Electrum. Oh, now I've got 1 Electrum ingot. So I could start making it, but not for right now, eh? Not for right now. I could just stay sieving this for a little while until I've got my... yeah, until I've got my gas tiers. Or we could try and figure out an automation for witch water. Can pump water into a barrel infinitely. I can put sand into a barrel infinitely and suck out soul sand infinitely and put it into an auto sieve infinitely. I need a little bit of power, but I've got a spare sieve there. Could potentially have the sifting of sand, soul sand, all automated. I wasn't planning on doing that this episode, though. So, I don't know. Let's go and have another look over here. I don't want to keep just discussing what I'm going to do, because I was hoping just to kill some ghast. Let's just get these. There we go. I was hoping just to kill some ghast and get the gas tiers that I needed so I could get this ritual done and dusted very quickly. But let's just see what we've got down here, and I'll cut away if we're not any closer. So yeah, that's okay. I'll put some more in there, and I'll put some more in there, and I'm not receiving anything down here. Wasn't expecting to, because everything gets sorted out into the chests up above, hopefully. Let's have a look, see where it's coming out. There's a couple of chests here that are miscellaneous. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, I've lost it. I've lost all of the stuff I've sieved. Is it not sieving it in the auto sieve? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I want to see stuff happening in these auto sieves, baby. It is doing stuff. Okay, it is doing stuff. Stuff was transferring then. Okay, but where to? Where to? So that's going to take it out of there, yes. And put it into there, and that's where it's going to sit. Man, and I got a backlog of crystals as well. But I did get one gas tier. Okay, so the first gas tier, I think that's enough to make the first one. So let's quickly do this. If this episode gets a bit too long because I'm running backwards and forwards, I will make plenty of cuts to keep it in line with the 30 minutes you're accustomed to. But let's go and see about making one of these things. It should only cost me 1,000. I think I've got plenty in there. So let's just quickly go. Bang. In you go. Give me, gimme, 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 gimme. It looks like it's fine, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. So now I've got the air. Twice. No, just once. So now I've got the air one as well. I think that's all I need. I think I need one of each. Let's do it like that. There we go. I think it's just one of each anyway. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make the first one, because I know I need another one for the actual ritual, but the uses of these... Oh, get off that. The uses of these are to make these diviners as well, ritual diviners, which help me create the rituals in the first place. 1 emerald, 4 diamonds. Okay. I don't know if it makes any difference what order they're in. It must do. Dang it. Okay, so it's red, air, and earth, fire and water. Air and earth, fire and water. There we go. I was close. I didn't even do that by deliberate anyway. Okay, so we get one of these ritual diviners. Now the ritual diviners, as far as I know, have a mode selected, so I can shift right click them to change the mode of what we want. And there's 2 things that we want to do. We want to do a ritual of binding, a ritual of the feathered knife, a ritual of regeneration. There's a good one. The ritual of binding is one that we need to get done quickly. And I would like to also do the ritual of the shepherd. There we go. Just before the well of suffering. Is there a way to go back on it? Yes, you can right click to go forwards, left click to go back on it. Okay, so ritual of the shepherd is the first one I need to do. Okay, and I believe that these require these ritual stones. So let's see if I need to do some grinding there. That's a ritual stone. Okay, so I need my apprentice orb can do it. Okay, some obsidian and some reinforced slates. Okay, that's not a problem, and I get 4 for that. Ritual stones. I'm going to need a lot of those, though, just to make sure that I've got enough ritual stones to do everything. And a master ritual stone. That's going to require a master's blood orb. Okay, and 4 ritual stones. Okay, so master blood orb is a weak blood shard. Okay. So, how do I get to the stage that I can get a weak blood shard in order to make the master's orb? In order to make the master ritual stone, in order to make the ritual that gives me the ability to bind the items. I don't know. But I've got to put one of those in a tier 4 altar. Let me figure this out, because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do first. I know I need to get a bound blade to get the weak blood shard, because I've got to kill mobs with the bound blade first. But to make a bound blade, I need to do a binding ritual with the diamond sword. To do a binding ritual, I need a ritual stone to make the ritual around. And according to this, I need a weak blood shard before I can make a master's blood orb to make the ritual stone. Let me see if there's another way around it. I know I can get this through soul sand as well. So let's see what we can do. Alrighty then, well, I'm back. It's been a while for me and a few seconds for you, but I have created the Witch's Wall, the Witchwater Wall of Awesomeness. There are 13 items you can get from soul sand, and soul sand can be made from witch water and sand combined for ex nihilo. And when it's sieved, when you sieve soul sand, these are the types of things you can get. And seemingly this is the kind of quantities that you're going to get from sieving a few stacks of soul sand. Because that's what I've done, I've sieved a few stacks of soul sand. So quite a lot of quartz, which is very nice. I've got to say that's very, very nice. Because, well, combined with the applied energistics quartz that we've got over here, and the amount of redstone we're stocking up on, it looks very much like I'm ready for an Applied Energistics 2 system to start popping up in the Agrarian Skies 2 series. But I think that'll probably be next week, because I've got mob farming and stuff to do this week to carry it on. And the stage that we were stuck on was getting these blood shards, these weak blood shards. I'm going to grab these now. These weak blood shards, right? 1 weak blood shard, I need to make a Master's Orb in order to make a binding ritual, in order to make a sword that will allow me to get more weak blood shards. But now I found another way of making these weak blood shards. Let's jump down here. I've just been checking to make sure I've got enough in here. I think I have. Let's have a look. Making these weak blood shards is now possible. Okay. I need to make the next level of place first. Yeah, that was the other thing. Oh, yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, don't we? Yeah, we'll do all this next episode anyway. I'll cover it next episode, because I'll do a bit more grinding to get that ready. Uses of these weak blood orbs, though. Okay, we need to make none of that stuff right now. Here we go. Bloodstone bricks. In order to make the next level of altar, I need bloodstone bricks, and that's a weak blood shard with stone. Makes 32 blocks. That's a bit OP, I think, because those are awesome looking blocks as well. 1 piece of stone, 1 weak blood shard, 32 blocks of it. That's awesome. But 4 of those need to go on the 4 corners outside of the glowstone there on the next tier. And I need to make a load more runes to put around there as well. So I'll be working on that off camera between episodes, okay? The other thing then we can do with this is put it into the altar and make our Master's Orb. And the Master's Orb then allows us to do some creating of the ritual stones, which you've probably just seen in the last clip. They're going to make a Master Ritual Stone and a load of other ritual stones and stuff. So loads of reinforced slate. So I'm going to have to automate this a hell of a lot to get to that stage. But I can just keep regenerating and filling it up naturally. It's okay. I can do stuff. The way that I've set this up, I think I should probably run this episode out by showing you how I've got this set up. As you can possibly see, these are all refined relocation sorting barrels. And just below here, I've got the connector blocks, similar to how we've set up this wall over here with the connector blocks just underneath. But I've got an automated system down here that I've kind of thrown together, really. It's kind of thrown together. I may change it around to make it look nicer, to be more compact, to fit better. And I think I'm probably going to need more mycelium and barrels making witch water in order to make this effective. Because one thing I've noticed already, this is full of witch water now. This is full of witch water now. And this has run out. Or actually, this is full of witch water. I've run out of sand, that's it. I've run out of sand. I put a stack of sand in there earlier, and it was taking a lot of time. This was running very quickly. This witch water in here, with the sand combined, was working very quickly, making soul sand, putting the soul sand into the hopper, into the sieve. The soul sand was going into the sieve, and then the goodies were going out, up into the relocation chest, into the system, and getting sorted into the barrels. And everything basically got sorted out into the barrels from here. Easy, right? And I got a little stone generator just generating the power for this, because I've got this charcoal supply right next door. So I was thinking of just hooking something up to pump charcoal straight into this to keep this full of charcoal. But for right now, I've just been like grabbing, dumping, putting back what I don't use. That's it, keeping it stocked up that way. But what I found was that the mycelium wasn't turning the water into witch water fast enough to keep up with the barrel. And the other thing is I could potentially set up an automated system for making sand in there. But it's okay. That's working nicely now, and I've got quite a lot of product from it. The first few stacks in here. I made myself a flint shovel, as you can see, and I went out and got... well, how many XP's he got? 93? That can't be right. That can't be right. Maybe that's the next... It's leveled up already. Because I got a few stacks in the nether of soul sand and just came and put it straight into the sieve to get this. So I got a few stacks, and this is what we got. Blood shards being the main thing. Got a few more gas tiers as well. Got these little reagents, lengthening catalysts and average power catalysts, which I've never played with before. Mundane power pack catalysts. I know that they have their uses in Bloodmagic, and I'm pretty damn sure we're going to be getting to that fairly soon. But I've never used them before, so I don't know exactly what. I can't tell you. But we've also got some of these cool nether trees as well. We've got ghost wood, a blood sapling, and a dark wood sapling from the nether. That's pretty cool as well. Also, some of this heat sand and plenty of this tainted soil. But most importantly, lots and lots of nether quartz. So I don't need to go mining in the nether. Another fairly important thing is getting a bit of nether wart. So I can have a little nether wart farm going. I believe you can turn these into seeds for agricraft as well. At least I thought you could. Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you just plant them as normal. That's fine. I can get a little bit of soul sand sorted out and have a little netherrack farm going. Don't need much of one, do I? Just a few potions here and there. Bit of regen potions, because I'm getting the gas tiers and the nether wart to make potions of regen. Oh, yes. Well, that is about all we got time for this episode, though. I'm very sorry that I didn't get done what I wanted to do this episode, but we did get a lot of things done, and I'm pleased that I've got that set up this time, because that can now be automated a little bit better, and things like that will help me out over the long term, and over this week, where we're going to be doing a lot more of the blood magic and the mob farms and other bits and pieces that come across every now and again to make things happen and progress. Thank you very much for joining me on my progression through the Agrarian Skies 2 mod pack. I am enjoying it very much, and I'm seeing the likes and the comments from you guys showing me that you're enjoying it very much as well. So we'll continue doing weekly Agrarian Skies, daily Agrarian Skies 2 episodes until we're done, or we're bored of it, or something else pops up. Either way, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Goodbye.